Hi, welcome back. Good to see you. Today I want to talk to you about love. So I've been framing some tips in terms of the sustainable teaching, the secret to sustainable teaching, and that formula has broken down to the idea of that self-knowledge, that self-awareness of knowing what we need, and then the second part being getting that from wherever it is, getting those needs met. So today I want to talk to you about a tool that can help you with both, actually, with self-awareness and then giving you the language that you need in order to get what you need. So speaking of language, this is called the Languages of Love, or I believe the original title was the 5 Love Languages. And so this is based on the idea that each of us feels love differently. That based on our conditioning or our whatever creates this amazing thing called a personality, that we have certain ways that when we receive certain actions or certain attention, we receive them as love, and other actions fall a little flat. So this system names 5 of them. So they are words of affirmation or appreciation, physical touch, giving gifts, acts of service, and quality time. So in general, they say that we each have 2 out of the 5 that are particularly strong for us. And just like any system of personality or anything like that, we are all a mixture of all of them, and some of us are more evenly spread, and some of us have a stronger contrast between what actually resonates with us and what falls a bit flat. So this is a very powerful system. It's very simple, but the first thing that we do is we ask ourselves which of these are our 2 strongest. So we can do that just by reflecting. There are online tools and tests and things that you can take. And of course, I mean, it's a wonderful thing that they've offered. So I recommend you buy the book or audiobook or something like that if this is of more interest to you. But in general, you would reflect and decide, okay, I believe these 2 are my strongest. And then you're able to communicate to people in your life ways that you feel appreciated. If you don't want to say I feel love, especially if it's, maybe with coworkers or your neighbors, being able to communicate that a particular modality really is appreciated by you is very powerful. So for example, for me, my 2 strongest are words of affirmation and physical touch. So when people tell me that there's a quality about myself that they like, or they praise me in some way or give me positive feedback, that really inflates me. It really gets me motivated. Kind of on the flip side, words really carry a lot of weight, so things can feel a little bit heavier when people give constructive feedback or criticism. So that's just for me. I now am more aware of that, and so I have a friend who the 2 of us both have words of affirmation, and we like to joke that even if it's completely fake, it still somehow lands. So if somebody says, "You are the most amazing, incredible person in the world," even though we know they're either exaggerating or they're being silly, it really does land. So it speaks to the power of how much these things weigh in our minds. So the other aspect that is very helpful and powerful about this knowledge is that it can help us understand where the communication or where our intentions break down with others. So a classic example of this is that people with their partners, we tend to give the languages of love that we like to receive. So if we're with a partner, for example, for me, if I'm with a partner, I'm going to be telling that person again and again how amazing they are, or how I appreciated what they did here and there, and so on. And if words of affirmation isn't one of their languages of love, that might just roll off their back. And for some people, it just might not just land, and for some people they may feel that it sounds insincere or something like that. And when it really comes from a heartfelt place from me, and so that can create conflict, right? I'm trying to show my partner how much I love them, and they're not responding. It can really create tension. So by understanding not only what I need, but that the needs of the people in my life might be different, it really can transform things. So through this investigation, I've really come to appreciate quality time much more than I did. I remember being with a couple of people I used to live with, some roommates, and we were all just sitting around in the living room doing our own thing once, maybe reading, or I can't even remember. And at the end of the hour, they were talking about how much, that was so great. We, spent all that time together, and I was just baffled. I said, well, we didn't do anything together, but for them, this really was making them feel loved. It was quality time. So through that understanding, I've come to appreciate, and now I actually enjoy quality time a whole lot more, which has been a side benefit. So recommend just doing a quick reflection. What are my 2 most powerful languages of love from these 5? Start watching what it is that people around you do. If somebody is constantly bringing you tea, acts of service might be something that's really big for them, and you can experiment with reciprocating in the same modality that you're receiving from them. Or, if you have that kind of a relationship, you can bring it up and actually have a conversation. It can be really fun. So, hope you found this helpful, and looking forward to speaking to you next time.